You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
This is the exact reason I tell my kids, friend or no friend, you can't trust anybody. How is it possible for a group of friends to go to Mississippi's Horn Island, but when they come back home, they come back without somebody that they went with? And they're going to say race ain't play a part. You see everybody in this picture right here. Tell me what looks different. Tell me. You had an 18-year-old accomplished football star, Nolan Wells, goes to Mississippi Horns Island with his friends on the 4th of July. And then he turns up missing. Mind you, all of his friends make it home safe. And the person that went with them, Nolan Xavier Wells, he's missing. And nobody has nothing to say about that. You have his so-called friends saying that they don't remember anything. They don't remember seeing what happened to him. Mind you, they have pictures on the boat. Mind you, they have pictures together. But nobody knows what happened to him. Now you got the Coast Guard, sheriff deputies, Marine units, and multiple agencies searching for him right now. They're searching the waters, searching surrounding areas, trying to figure out what happened. They're also saying that the last time he was seen with a team. They're also saying that they found his phone, but they didn't find him. What team do you know right now would leave his phone behind? Tell me that. But you see how all of this sounds? This is why disappearances like this and places like this always leave people questioning. If you spend time looking into missing person cases like this, then you already know what may be the outcome. Do you understand how this young man's parents has to feel? They just want their kid back. We definitely need to spread the word about this. We need some answers. This shit is crazy.
The way this country talks about black victims versus white victims is disgusting. Nolan Wells' body was found yesterday off the coast of Mississippi. If you didn't know, he was presumed missing and dead on July 4th. It is America's 250th birthday, and we're still dealing with this bullshit. He was celebrating with his friends for the 4th of July, and there's now circulating video that is going very viral of what looks to be him and his friends that he went with on the beach, and there's an argument. There's yelling happening. In the video, he looks to be very calmly standing still looking at his buddies. And somehow, the conversation is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on the boat? Was he drinking? Was he going from one boat to another? Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. It's kind of morbid, so stick with me and trigger warning. If I show up dead, washed on a beach, my community of people where I was born are not going to go, well, how was Jake acting? Did he stay where he was supposed to? Did he start an argument with people? No, it's going to go, what the fuck? We have someone that would kill people out here? Jake, I love that guy. He plays for the football team. I'm just putting myself in Nolan's shoes. Nolan plays for the team. He's friends with those people. And the conversation is about his behavior. Just so frustrating. Like racism is still alive and well just in the dialogue. Just in the dialogue. As simple as that. I just want this country to do better. And I see a future where we just stop with this bullshit and start going like, man, this kid was killed. Like his on the 4th of July, he is celebrating with everyone. And he can't even do that. We can do better. We gotta do better. Oh, and apparently one of the friends' moms is a local judge. And if you think that will work in Nolan's favor, you clearly don't know anything about the history of young black men in this country. This isn't going to go anywhere. We have to speak up about it.
Black people, you have got to teach your kids, especially your kids that are hanging out with rich white kids. That is not good. You got to stop letting them hang out with rich white kids. This Nolan Wells situation never should have happened. The parents of Nolan Wells should have known better than to let him hang out with these kids. I have an older son. I'm not saying it's the parents' fault, but I'm just saying it happens all the time. My older son is half black. He looked more black than he did half. But he got into a similar situation. He was fighting with a bunch of rich kids in North Atlanta, the North Atlanta suburbs, the richest neighborhood in Cherokee County, Georgia. and he was fighting with a bunch of boys over a girl. And lucky for him, he didn't wind up dead. He just wound up locked up for a while. But it could have wound up with him being killed. And, you know, we as parents, we have to do a better job in informing our children about who they should and shouldn't hang out with, because matters. The color of your skin matters, especially when you're hanging out with a bunch of rich kids that have, you know, doctors and lawyers and judges as parents. You know that your kid is going to either wind up locked up or dead. So my heart goes out to Nolan Wells' family. I really hate that it happened to him, but you gotta protect your children, because white people will kill your children at the drop of a hat. That's just the way it is, especially these entitled little rich white kids. God loves you. I love you.
Nolan Well, what in the actual going on down in Mississippi? So listen, if you got a little time, let me walk you through this. I try to stay out of it until you get all the details, but since they're circling wagons and refusing to help authorities, I'm going to tell you what I think is going on. This picture right here, you will see Nolan and 4 of his friends that went on a boat party on July 4th. Only 4 of them returned without Nolan. His cell phone back to his mother. What the claiming they haven't seen him since 3 p.m. These people right here remember seeing them partying and throwing beer cans and causing a ruckus and starting fights all the way up until 7:30 p.m. You want me to believe a friend of yours that you've known for years goes missing in Mississippi for hours and hours and hours, and you not only don't look for him, but then you go home without him, without calling the cops, and you just bring his phone back to his mom. And then there's this video right here. Did you hear it? There is clearly an argument going on shore where they clearly say, "Fuck you, motherfucker. You're not getting on the boat." Even though they didn't have time to call the police or start an investigation right away, they had plenty of time to deactivate all their social media. Not to mention, these little parents are judges, doctors, and other high-ranking members of the community. Let me see if I can play out what exactly happened here. Noah goes out on a boat with 4 of his friends. There is some sort of argument on shore. If a fight ensued, took him back out on the boat. I allegedly believe they did something to him. Then came back to the same spot they were in, partied all the way past 7:30 p.m. Have witnesses saying you were there, remember. Then brought his belongings back to his mom. Look, I hope I'm here, but things aren't adding up. None of it makes sense. None of it adds up to something benign happened. We all need to be saying his name. Even if they didn't, every one of them for abandoning their friend, not even searching for him so that they could drink and party the rest of July 4th away. Be careful who you choose for friends. I promise you, the only way a snake can fight you is if it's right next to you. Rest in peace, Nolan.
Secret Service Sam here, and this Nolan Xavier Wells case is just not sitting well with anybody. Especially people in the black community are not trusting what happened. They're not believing that this was some type of accident. He was allegedly going to see a girl, and so I guess a guy named Warren, one of the friends, left him behind. He went on another boat. There is video circulating online that almost shows that there was some type of potential altercation or fight that took place. Then it turns out one of the kids who made it back safely, their parent is a judge, and all the kids are lawyered up. Why would you be so lawyered up so quickly if there was nothing that you did wrong? Now, this is reminding a lot of people of Tamla Horsford, who died on November 4th, 2018 in Cummings, Georgia. She's a black mother of 5. She attended an adult sleepover with mostly white female friends. The next morning, she was found dead in the backyard. Official investigations by the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation concluded her death was accidental as a fall from a backyard deck. How do you just fall from a backyard deck? Authorities cited severe intoxication with her autopsy revealing a blood alcohol level of 0.238. Anyway, her family and community advocates heavily disputed the official findings, citing timeline discrepancies, the presence of unexplained injuries, and concerns over how the crime scene was handled. Now, this happened in Mississippi. That case happened in Forsyth County, which has a lot of racist history. We need this to be transparent. This continues to happen in the black community, where what are the chances that every time it's a group of all white people and like one black friend, why it's like a horror movie where the black person has to die first. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. People are not going to let this sit at all. And when you have Cyrus Carmack Belton, then you have Carmelo Anthony, then you have to understand how painful this is to the community that continually they're taken advantage of. And then when they claim something like this is racially motivated or whatnot, they're called victims, or they're saying, oh, you're just searching for something. Why are the boys lawyering up? Why did the boys have the kid's cell phone? Why did he have Nolan's cell phone and give it to the mother? You know how kids are, and all of us are with our phones. They are glued to our hip. How did the phone make it back, but he didn't? Something is suspect here. This is Mississippi. We've all seen Mississippi burning. We need justice for Nolan. Secret Service Sam Out Samson for president of the world.
They did it. As soon as I saw this picture, first thought of my mind was these killed that kid. It was literally the first thought I had in my head. I hate you racist. They did find his body, so we'll have to wait and hear what the coroner has to say. But knowing how the cops operate, they'll probably rule it a suicide. Just like they did that black kid that hung himself with 2 broken legs. Yeah, that happened too. That was last year. They claimed a kid with 2 broken legs hung himself. You white supremacists.
I'm not going to even lie to y'all. This topic, for some reason, is messing with me. It drained me. I had to lay down. Like, I literally had to lay down all day. I couldn't even function. I was supposed to do a live. I said I'm going to do a live 9 o'clock this morning. Laid down again. I said I'm going to do it on 11:30. 5 o'clock came around. Yeah, I'm going to do it at 5 o'clock live. I couldn't. I couldn't get myself together. I'm a parent. I'm not a street nigga no more. I'm a parent. And I feel the things that parents feel. This parent raised her child, obviously in a middle class, rich area. When you elevate in life and you move to certain neighborhoods, it's a gift and a curse of the mentality of the people. And when I say a gift and a curse, don't nobody want to be in the hood. I don't care how much niggas sit up there and go back to the hood to prove that they can go back to the hood, which is the most backwards things I've ever seen in my life. When you see these rappers or these street niggas going back to a place that you lived, nigga, your whole family been stuck. It was meant for you not to leave there. But you leave there, right? Follow me. You leave there. You get out. So now that you out the hood, you moving on up like the Jeffersons to the east side. You living around judges, doctors, lawyers, powerful people. Money, power, respect, the key to life. You see the light and sleep at night. You all right? So cool. You moved on up. Now, your kids is going to school like my kids. With white kids too. Y'all growing up to each other. Y'all growing up. Y'all being raised in the board of ed. You get to know these people. You think you get to know these people. And they become your friends. What about your friends? Are they going to stand their ground? Are they going to be around? So you got your friends. Just think about that. People that you thought was your friends take you to an island on a boat. There's only one way there, one way back. That's the boat. You get over there. Your friends come back home with your cell phone and left your dead body with the fish. Literally. Floating, swimming with the fish. The first thing that comes to my mind is what happened in those last moments. So being that we wasn't there, the first thing that we start doing is now we get to thinking. We get to thinking. What was his last thoughts as the worst of the worst was happening to him? And the last faces that he's seen before he got his TV turned off was a bunch of boys that he had many, many photos with going back. He didn't just meet these boys yesterday. You look at the trail of pictures, he thought these dudes was his friends. I'm telling y'all right now, this ain't gonna be the only video on this topic right here. Not with this case. Because it bothers me. Because I'm one that tell y'all sometimes, go get you some white friends. Now I'm sitting up there saying to myself, what was I thinking? Because obviously in his pictures, he had some good times with them. This case takes me all over the place like with Carmelo Anthony. Let me ask y'all a question now. Y'all still feel the same way? That he shouldn't have had that knife? What if this young boy had his knife? Would things have been different? I mean, at least when the rescue team went back to the island, even if they kicked him off the boat, would he still be alive if he had his knife? Like Carmelo Anthony? Then when I listen to white people, and this is what hurts the most, because I try my best not to be a racist. And I want so bad for white people and black people to build our bridges. But then I think back to Thanksgiving and the Pilgrims. When they came to America with gifts, with blankets. And in those blankets had smallpox. Yeah. Those blankets had smallpox. What kind of person bring you a blanket on purpose and give you smallpox? What kind of a person would have a Thanksgiving dinner and within that dinner, it was really you getting massacred? So now it takes me back down to memory lane. These are the offsprings. And then it's sad because I talk to white people that's honest. I talk to white people that's good white people that's honest, and you know me, you know what they tell me? Never trust white people. Do you understand the discussions that they have at their dinner tables? And how the majority of them cannot wait to finish what their ancestors started? That's why everybody got black fatigue right now. But as you can see, these people commit the worst crimes. But highlight everything that goes on in the black community, because everybody that's in the black community is not black. Some of these people come from Jamaica. Some of these people come from Haiti. Some of these people come from Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic. We have all types of people from everywhere dumped in the black community. And they'll tell you in a minute, they're not black. You a Yankee. You a this, you a that. You a Monano. But when it comes to the stats in jail, we get the blame for everything. For me, I'm to the point where I'm ready to start my own set. My own gang. I look at some of y'all dudes, man. Y'all know y'all gonna go to jail. Y'all know y'all about to do decades in jail. Because y'all love being criminals. Y'all love busting that tool. Now y'all got a reason to go to Mississippi and turn up. I'm to the point where I want to get on a plane to go to Mississippi. And I ain't gonna even lie. This situation is irritating me. I'm like, yo, my son, Tamika Mallory, where y'all at? And I humbly say this time. Yo, this is one situation I would love to meet up with my son. Like, yo, what my nigga, what could we do? This situation brings tears to my eyes. But it's crazy because y'all, it seemed like white supremacy always find the right family to pick with, the suckers. Because a lot of the niggas that I know, we retired, like my nigga BMO. You wouldn't like to see him when he angry. What you think my nigga BMO would do? Shout out to BMO, his documentary coming out soon. What you think my nigga would do if that was his son? They always pick people that ain't gonna fight back. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. Because I wasn't there for his situation. But he said he ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump. Or like Shorty, swimming with the fish. Shout out to the good white people out there, man. That's trying to keep the integrity of good white people. But watch out for those white people that act like they catering to blacks and black topics, because it's really a rock to sleep game. Remember, the colonizer, in order for them to enter all these lands, they came in peace. They left you in pieces. They masters of manipulation. If I offended you, I meant to. Black people, it's sad because we caught in between beefing with them, white supremacy, and black ignorance. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? Huh? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? We can't be beefing with them and beefing with us. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Live life as if you want to run. And stay dangerous at the same time. You see why I say to stay dangerous? Shorty went out with his best friends. 4 of them on a boat. 3 of them came back home with his cell phone and left his body in a river 10 miles away from home. Imagine how scary it is to be watching yourself die and drown. What was his last thoughts as he looked up at that boat and seen his friend sailing away? Y'all tell me. Put it in the comment section. I'm out.